What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mario B coming back at you with another Wi-Fi battle today. Today we're going to be taking on Angel, and we are playing the game in the UU tier. Have this team consisting of a Rocky Helmet, Quillfish, kind of defensive, a little speedy, a Flame Orb, Swords Dance, 3 attacks, Heracross, a Calm Mind, Electrium Z, Latias, Spadef, Klefki with like Toxic, Thunderwave, Play Rough, and Spikes, semi-defensive HIPPOWDOwn, mostly Spadef, and then Protect, 3 attacks, Sharpedo. Today we're taking on Angel. Angel unfortunately doesn't have a YouTube or anything like that, but his description will not be down below. But down below you can find a link to a Discord that I'm actually in, which consists of just people trying to find Wi-Fi battles and stuff like that. So if you do want to add it, you can probably find me on there. We can catch a couple battles. You can go ahead and add me. But anyways, going into the matchup, a team preview, I can see that he has a Feraligatr, which is pretty scary. Swords Dance, Liquidation, Ice Punch, stuff like that. It's pretty annoying for this team. He also has the Zeraora, which pretty much outspeeds all of my team except for the Sharpedo. But even at +1, I'm not sure Sharpedo will outspeed it because it is adamant, unfortunately, just for that extra bit of power. The Primarina, if it's specs, I really don't have any type of switch in. I might have to use Klefki to maneuver myself around it, but we gotta see if that works. Gengar could be scary, always scary. Outspeeds most of my team like Zeraora. It also hits all of it for pretty much everything, as you guys can see right here. The only thing I have that I could probably switch in on might be a Heracross, and it could probably only take one, so we have to see. Might not even be a switch in, might just have to bring it on the Gengar and see if I live a hit, hopefully. HIPPOWDOwn, I also have a HIPPOWDOwn right there, so our hippos are going to be duking it out. And then Klefki as his last one. I also see that his team is kind of weak to hazards, so my Toxic Spikes, Quillfish will put in work, and Spike Stacking, Klefki, and Rocks from HIPPOWDOwn can all put in work against this team. So as you can see, I actually let off with the Quillfish just because, sorry about that, just because it matched up pretty good against this team. I was really expecting a Zeraora lead or a Feraligatr lead. With either one of them, I can get off the Intimidate and not really have to worry about it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave my Quillfish here, get off the Intimidate on anything he wants to bring in, as he actually brings in the Feraligatr. I'm assuming that he's not going to want to stay in because he does take the -1. So I go ahead and go for Scald. I can get a burn off on this if he stays in, decides to Dragon Dance. If he switches in something like the Zeraora, I can also maybe get a burn on it, which could really help out. As he does go into Zeraora, I'm going to go ahead and Scald him and give him some hot water to the face. And I do not get the burn, unfortunately, but life goes on. I'm going to go ahead and switch on to Hippo, predicting him to go something for like Plasma Fist, as he actually is going to bust out the tech on me right after I hit this Sandstorm, and he's gonna go for the Hidden Power Ice. Probably predicting my Latias to come in, which is probably my only switch into this, but I do just switch into it, take the Hidden Power Ice. I do take a little bit of damage, but I'm gonna get some leftovers here. I decided I'm gonna take this chance to get in my rocks, as he's probably gonna switch out. I wanted to take the Earthquake. As he does switch out, he actually goes into the Primarina. As I actually get up my rocks right here pretty much for free. And I'm going to be going ahead and taking some leftovers to the dome, as he's going to be taking some Sandstorm damage to the face. Just pretty much thinking about what I want to do here. I think Klefki's my only switch in on this if it is offensive at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch out on it, as he actually ends up going for the Energy Ball. So I'm like, okay, I see the damage I take. I'm like, okay, I could probably take another couple hits, even if he wants to switch up moves or anything like that. I do see that he is kind of powerful. I do see that he's a little bit powerful. That he's actually invested in the special attack. So I'm going to go ahead and Toxic, predicting him just to switch out to anything, as he actually switches out to the Zeraora. He's going to take some nice rocks damage, and I do unfortunately miss the Toxic. Doesn't really end up mattering too much in the end of the game, but he's going to go ahead and take some damage right there, as I'm going to get some leftovers back. I will actually predict him to predict me to go into my HIPPOWDOwn and go for something like Hidden Power Ice or Grass Knot or Close Combat. I'm actually going to switch in my guy right here and get off the Intimidate, and I'm also going to get off that Rocky Helmet chip, as he actually goes for Close Combat. So that was the right play on my end. It's going to help him chip down with the hazards. As you can see, he's actually pretty low with the Sandstorm damage racking up on him too. As I predict him to go into Plasma Fist, I'm actually going to switch back into my Hippo, hoping that I do get him. And I also want to get up my Sandstorm, just to continue getting chip off on this, and anything else that wants to come in. As right here he's going to go for the Plasma Fist, so I do end up getting him. As he's going to switch out into Primarina next turn, and I don't really want to do anything to him because I can't really hit him. I don't even have Toxic on this set, so I'm going to expect him to go into his Primarina. I'm just going to go for a safe THROWIN and just get off some hazard damage on something that wants to come in, break any sashes if there is any. I was thinking Gengar might be sashed, you know, sometimes they run them sashed, but comes out he's going to take that Stealth Rock damage and the Sandstorm damage, so if he was sashed, we can go ahead and get rid of that completely. Thinking I might as well just go into my Klefki and try to Thunder Wave this thing. It is pretty fast and faster than all my team, so if I Thunder Wave it, I can probably nullify its speed and probably knock it out with something later. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it out as he actually tries to be cheeky and go for the Destiny Bond. So he was trying to take out my HIPPOWDOWN with them, which is understandable. HIPPOWDOWN really sucks for his team. It's really bulky wall and you can't really take it down that easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get Layer Spikes here. Figure it's pretty free as he's going to switch out into the Primarina, which isn't a problem. I get up another layer of Spikes, so now I got Stealth Rocks and Spikes, so he's switching out a lot, which is going to be causing that residual damage on him, just picking up like 18% every turn. With the Sandstorm, it's going to really whittle down his team for me to just knock everything out in the end with maybe my Flame over Heracross or something. As I'm going to go for the Toxic, and luckily we do land it this time, and Primarina is now Toxic, which is pretty good for me, as I didn't really want to switch out because this is pretty much my only switch into this. As he scalds it, we take way too much damage and he gets the burn. So that sucks for us, but it doesn't really matter too much. We're going to get 2 hit KO'd anyways. So I'm just going to try to stay in here and hazard stack him a bit, stack this off. Well, that was the plan intentionally, but then I was thinking, should I switch out? Should I just stay in, hazard stack him? The Zero Aura comes in as I'm actually just decided to continue hazard stacking him, and he lives on 1 HP, which is super annoying. He does get off a good hit on one of my mons. I'm playing the Mind Tricks on him right now. I don't really know what I should go into. I don't know if I should switch into the Hippo or the Quillfish, because my Klefki still can serve as a sack to the Primarina. So I figured I might as well switch in. I actually end up going into my Hippo, predicting him to go for the Plasma Fist, predicting me to go into my Quillfish. Plus the Sandstorm is going to knock him out if he wants to go for it. So I do end up getting the play right as he goes for Plasma Fist. He's going to miss. Not miss, but we're immune, and he's going to fade to that Sandstorm damage. So I'm just going to be eating some leftovers right here, straight, not giving a fuck. This guy is just taking all the hits. He's not even taking anything, he's dodging. He's being a slick Hippo right now. Just slick man walking. As Alligator comes in, and he actually makes a really good play here and doubles out on me, predicting me to go into my Quillfish, because my Quillfish is the only thing that can deal with that. For Alligators, it will get off the Intimidate, it will get off Rocky Helmet damage, it will get off that Sandstorm damage. So he's going to go ahead and double. He's going to go into his Primarina here as I go into my Quillfish. I figured at how low he was, I could probably knock him out with the Scald. With that Toxic damage and that Sandstorm damage left him pretty low, I was like, I can knock him out with the Scald here. Come on, bro, let's get this. Boom, I Scald him, and it hits me with the cheese and leaves him on 1 HP. Which really sucks for me, because then this guy knocks out my only check 2 for Alligator with the Energy Ball here. So it's going to be a double down here. My Quillfish goes down, unfortunately, and his Primarina goes down, but my Quillfish didn't really do anything, to be honest, but he can put in a lot of work. So I'm just going to go into Heracross, because he can take on everything on his team except for the Gengar, and pretty much get a hit. And I know this for Alligator and me speed tie, so I'm like, I'm just going to give him the hands real quick. I'm going to see if I outspeed him, which luckily I do. I give him the hands, he eats that close combat, and I just blow back this for Alligator. It is DOA, death on sight, get out of here, get out of my face. As I do get the Flame Move off, so now I'm even more powerful. I'm thinking I might just sack this off as it goes into Gengar. Then I start to think, I don't know, my Heracross can kind of put in some more work, you know. So I'm actually going to just switch out into my Sharpedo here, as this was, looking back on it, I actually sack off my Klefki here, sorry. So I sack off the Klefki to Shadow Ball as it dies to that. Now I was kind of thinking what I should do. I went ahead and brought in my Sharpedo now, which this was actually the bad play right here, because the other two mons that he had on his team really didn't care about my Sharpedo. They could take any crunches, they could take anything that I wanted to go for, so I probably shouldn't have brought it in that fast. Maybe looking back on it, I should have brought in the Heracross, because I do protect here, just trying to get the +1 on Gengar, but looking back on it, I should have just switched out, or even doubled, predicting him to switch out. So that was bad play on my end. But he brings in Klefki here. I'm hoping that he does not default here, because then that would kind of ruin the weakening of the Gengar for me. But I'm thinking, is this late into the game, he probably doesn't have the default anyways, as he actually pops out the Reflect, and I'm like, what? This is crazy. But yeah, so my Hippo is pretty much not going to be able to knock out this Klefki here, as he's going to go for foul play. But I might as well just go for the Earthquake. I figure I might as well not Whirlwind him out, because I don't want to Whirlwind him into Gengar and then not be able to knock him out because of the Reflect. So I figured I'd just go for Earthquake. I know he takes 2 of them with Reflect up, and I can stall out a couple turns. As the next turn I predict him to switch out, so I'm like, alright, I'm just going to go for the Whirlwind here, because I know he's going to switch out. And luckily it pays off, because he switches into his Powder. He takes a good little chunk, and then I Whirlwind him out. So I'm just doing Hippo things over here, just whirling shit out. As he brings in the Klefki again, he's gonna take a little bit more chip. As this is great, because it does give me another chance to stall out this Reflect with another Earthquake. And that was pretty much the plan. I was gonna keep I was either gonna keep Earthquaking or keep Whirlwinding, but I just decided just to keep Whirlwinding, just to chip off everything gradually with all these hazards I had up. Another thing is, I didn't want to get up Toxic Spikes with my coefficient in the beginning, because I knew he had the Gengar still alive and it could soak it up. So plus, that's just a waste of a turn, you know. Sorry, I'm getting so tongue twisted out here, but anyways, I'm gonna Whirlwind him into his Hippo here. He's gonna take some more chip, and he's gonna go ahead and use the Yawn on me. I do unfortunately get a little drowsy, but I can still Whirlwind this Hippo out, as I do, and it's gonna Whirlwind him straight into his Gengar, which is gonna take about another 25% from this chip, which is really good. The Gengar here can knock me out if it has Energy Ball, and it's something like Choice Specs, so I might as well just switch out here, as I actually do. And I'm just gonna go straight into my Latios, as I sack that off, thinking this is probably the least valuable member on my team right now, as he actually Energy Balls trying to knock out my HIPPOWDOWN. Luckily, I think it was choice locked into something like Scarfed or Specs, because he switches out here and he actually sacks off his Klefki, as I go for the Psychic. Maybe he thought I was Scarfed, so he switched out. I'm not really sure what happened on that play, I didn't really ask him, but that's pretty much the game after this, because the Gengar's too low to come back in on hazards, so it's going to die back at your hazards, and when HIPPOWDOWN comes back in, it's going to be at about 50%, and my Latios is just going to knock it out with Draco, as long as we can hit. I don't know, I've been unlucky all week in my battles and on Showdown, so I'm hoping first turn we get it. If not second turn, we're definitely going to hit it, because you can't really knock me out with anything, doesn't have any hazards for Whirlwind. As luckily we do hit our Draco the first turn, and we are going to knock him out clean with it. So overall, good game to my opponent Angel. He brought a pretty fun team. I know he doesn't play Yu too much, so I do appreciate him taking the time out of his day to battle me. And if you guys did like the video, just make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and comment down below what was your favorite part of the battle, or even which particular set in these 6 did you enjoy the most is also good. I personally enjoy the Heracross aspect of it. I'm sad I didn't get to put in as much work as I like, but this thing can just hit like a truck when it does have the Flame More above it and gets the Swords Dance up and outspeeds a lot of your team. Now that I think about it, something like a Webs offense with Heracross would be pretty sick. Maybe I'll make a team like that. But anyways, like I said, I will leave a link down in the description below to a Discord which you can join, which is known for Wi-Fi battles. You guys can send me an invite there, and we can get it going. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. See you guys.